Hey, it's Appy, Mrs. Weekend. So, I'm just coming to you guys with another update. I spoke with the same supervisor I spoke to in the region on the 18th. I spoke to him again today because today's December 1st. That's the day they said that the parole process would start for him. Um, I also reached out to him because Dan was told something opposite of what I was told. So when classifications came to see Van, they told him that he would have to go back through the review process after December 1st and after he served his 3 years for his institutional possession case or charge that he had. But he's already got time served, and in fact, when he was sentenced, he was given credit for 38 months. So he was originally charged with possession in 1996, and he was sentenced in 2000. So by the time he was sentenced, he had 38 months credit that they were willing to give him. So I wanted to make sure that we weren't going back into the review processes, and if we were, was I looking at another 6 months to wait till that process started? So I finally got in touch with the supervisor. I keep catching myself from saying his name. And I had left him a voicemail yesterday, and then today I called and he says, "Oh, you left me a message last night, didn't you?" And I said, "Yes, I did." And he said, "Okay." Well, he said, I kind of remember the case, but it's a little complex. He said, something about he's been going a lot, or whatever. Been really busy. And I can't remember his exact wording. And I said, "Well, feel free to give me a call back." Because he told me that he had gotten my message but hadn't had a chance to call me. So I didn't want him to feel like I was stalking him, which I really was. But so he said, "No, no, I've got it pulled up." He said 588-527. I was like, "Yeah." So he said, "Let's just look at it now while I've got it pulled up." He's always been very friendly, never smug or snide at all. So I never got the impression that he, was irritated by it. So we looked at it, and he was saying, he was basically confirming that it was kind of coming back to him. And I took notes. I can give it to you exactly how he said it to me. So he says, CUFI, October 18th, 2011. His target date was December 1st, 2011, today. And he explained to me why they have to do that. And I think I've explained that to you guys before, too. So this is from the PDCJ parole website. And so a CUFI designates the date on which an offender serving consecutive sentences or stacked sentences would have been eligible for parole if the offender had been sentenced to serve a single sentence. The clause numbers that are approved will be indicated in the vote. Okay, so that's what Van got, CUFI October 18th. So he said, he's telling me that the target date is basically the date of effectiveness, which was today. So he said today is when we would go in and request a recalculation of his time, because they have to calculate it before they start the parole process. So I told him what Van was told by classifications when they came to visit him and had him sign off on his time, that he had 38 months credit, but they told him he would go back into the review process, and that's what I wanted to verify. And he said that those were generic and technical terms put back in the review process that classifications use. He said although all these agencies and divisions and entities work together and they're all, part of PCJ, so he said basically what she was referring to is once they calculate the time, records or calculations or classifications, it records the time, puts it in the system, then the file will come back to parole. Well, I found out today that records is downstairs below parole review. Didn't know that. So he said basically someone will today or after take Van's file downstairs to records and they will calculate or recalculate his time. Then that file will be brought back upstairs to where he is, and it will be assigned to someone in releasing, where they will then establish a parole plan for him, then go visit him and discuss the parole plan with him, phone me and verify that the parole plan is agreeable to me, and then from there, start off his blood work and his certificate and so forth. He then said, let me look at the commitment screen. He explained to me that the commitment screen shows all advanced charges or offenses that he's. So on his commitment screen, it shows the charges he's already got time served on. And then it showed the possession, which started today. So then he looked in his physical file and saw the 38 the amount of time that was shown on the judgment, and then he said that he was going to go today and turn the file into records, and then give me a call later today, because he wasn't sure if it would be today that he heard something back from them, because it was 11:44 when I talked to him, and he said that she may be at lunch. Apparently she means there's only one person in record. Not very encouraging, but okay. It is what it is. And then that's kind of where things were left. He did ask me what part of Texas we live in, and I told him, and he said that he would probably be released from Huntsville, Dallas. That man has more time credit than he was actually sentenced to for the 3 years. So we're good there. Yesterday, I had a few emotional breakdowns, crying. I've been emotionally eating again. I was on a diet. I'd lost a lot of weight. And I haven't gained it all back, but I'm still, I'm on the way to gaining it back, because I've just been emotional back. That's conversation. It's completely awesome that we're going through the same thing. It overwhelms me when I think about how much he loves me, and I get so upset when I say I feel like I don't deserve him, but it's true. I feel like I don't deserve him. Like, he deserves me and then some, and I don't know. It's hard to see. He's just so close to perfect to me, and it's just, it leaves me speechless, breathless, without words to really express what I'm going through. I mean, we talked 5 or 6 times today. I kind of lost track, and it's the first of the month. Yeah. He was in a funk, he said, because he thought he'd be home by now, and I don't know why he thought he'd be home by now. Somebody in prison told him that he would be out on the 1st. They have to let him out on the 1st. And I was like, that's not what I've been being told by the supervisor in parole and review. And, that's not what you should bank on, is, what another inmate told you. So now he's kind of, starting to see that nobody knows but the powers that be. So now he's praying and affirming for the end of next week. But you know what? There's power in our words and our thoughts and prayer. So that's what he's praying for, is the 9th, and that's what I'm going to be praying for. We did write on I wrote it on a handwritten visualization board I sent him, and then he cut it out and put it on his visualization board. I'm looking at the board on the wall. And I wrote that they will open the gates in 2011 through his hand. And then he wrote 12/12/2011 they will open the gates. I think that's our date. I think 12/12 will be out.